Hello Nigerians, welcome back to my channel and thank you for joining me once again. So APC Governor has come out to admit that Peter Obi is the boss and that Tinubu should listen to what Peter Obi is saying even though he doesn't like Peter Obi. You know, yesterday Peter Obi actually received an award from Leadership newspaper where he received the award of Best Politician in Nigeria for the year 2023. And while he was collecting that award, he made statements. He talked about the problems of Nigeria, particularly how Nigeria is receiving food support from Ukraine, that Nigeria is even much bigger than. He called that a national disgrace. He has said it before and he still repeated it that same day. That was yesterday that he was collecting that award. And you know, after that, the FG through Tinubu spokesperson actually came out and said that there is nothing wrong with collecting food support, receiving food support from Ukraine. Niger State Governor Omar Bago actually said something and he agreed with Peter Obi. He said that that it's a very big shame that Nigeria is receiving food support from Ukraine instead of the other way around. That Nigeria actually has the land mass, you know, to outperform Ukraine in terms of food production. And he promised Peter Obi there and then that by the end of this year, that his state will be the highest producer of food in Nigeria. You see? The truth is that Nigeria has the capacity to be one of the highest producer of food in the whole world. I'm telling you, only the northern part of Nigeria alone, the land mass there alone is enough to cultivate enough food. And in fact, it's going to pull Nigerians out of poverty. That's what Peter Obi has always said. But this particular Ahmed Bola Tinubu's government, they don't even know that. And they cannot even, you know, listen to what Peter Obi is saying. If you don't know what to do, why don't you listen to what other people are saying and then implement them? That is how these things work. I'm telling you the truth. Everybody wants Nigeria to work. That's the thing. Peter Obi has always said it, that he's not desperate to become the president of Nigeria. All he's interested is that he wants Nigeria to work. So if our country is doing very well, if there is no hunger, everything is fine, then we won't bother about who is the president. As far as the president is doing fine, we won't bother where he's coming from or whatever. If Bola Tinubu should listen to Peter Obi, I believe that almost 80% of his problems would be solved. I will show you that video in a jiffy so that you listen to Niger State Governor speak. But before then, let me show you this video of how Abati, a renowned journalist, has blasted Tinubu's son, saying that they are following their father Ahmed Bola Tinubu around and they look so invalid. You know, actually, a few days ago, while Tinubu visited the state of Qatar with his delegates, he took two of his sons, being Sheyi Tinubu and Yinka Tinubu, and people are talking. You see, people are saying a lot of things because the situation here in Nigeria is so bad. And then flying your sons around with you, you know, people are looking at it somehow. Now, I want you to watch the video. When we come back, we'll continue.
All right, we see Sheyi and Yinka Tinubu there. People are asking, I mean, what portfolio do they hold? I mean, was this what is their position there at this point? Let me take this tweet from Brother Bath. He wrote, Nigerians must stop Tinubu from taking his sons, Sheyi, for official state matters. It is dangerous. 1. Why are Nigerians keeping quiet while Bola Tinubu mess Nigeria with impunity? Here is Sheyi Tinubu as part of presidential team to Qatar state visit. This is the same president's son that took the presidential jet for leisure to go watch polo game in Kano. 3. What laws of Nigeria allows a president to take his children as official delegates to state visits? 4. What kind of passport does Sheyi Tinubu hold presently? 5. How much longer will this nonsense continue? 6. Well-meaning Nigerians, elites, must rise and address this gradual destruction of Nigeria as a state under rule of law. Dr. Bati, over to you.
Okay, first, you know, you're talking about those two boys there.
Yeah. Men.
Yeah, well, I don't know how old they are. I'm sure I'm much older than they are.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is that first Nigerians complained that they should not have been on the delegation. We asked about the bona fide. The issue we raised then is that, yes, if their father is paying for them to be there, fine. I also raised the question, if they have the relevant qualifications, if they are business people in their own right, and they can bring investment and they will make a contribution, okay, maybe, then, you know, you say, okay, they have a reason to be there. But what I find disturbing in that video that we just showed is that in terms of the order of protocol, I spent 4 years studying diplomacy. And I'm not boasting about it.
Right.
I took courses, I took exams,
Right.
and all of that. I read the books. They were coming in terms of the order of protocol before the ministers of the Federal Republic. Now, what is their role there that they will come? They are even put there before the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Who is going to explain that protocol arrangement, to us as Nigerians? And then further, may we begin to ask, what do the president's children, what do they do for a living? I mean, by the time I was their age, I don't know specifically how old they are, but from looking at them, by the time I was their age, I was doing something concrete with my life. PhD. I was not, I got a PhD at 24.
Yes.
I wasn't depending on any father.
Absolutely not.
So people must get to a stage in their lives where they hold themselves together. I don't want adults behaving like invalids, hanging around. Just because your father is in a position, or his children of privilege sometimes overdo it.
Yeah.
And these are boys that will probably have wives at home. Some of these girls, what they go through is very embarrassing. You can't have a husband that's just hanging around.
Wow.
That cannot stand on his 2 feet as men.
So, welcome back. You heard what the man said and you watched what was happening in that particular video. How Tinubu's sons were even placed before the ministers of the Federation. Why this Quatarian government welcomes them. That is too bad. I must tell you the truth. I don't know what Ahmed Bola Tinubu is trying to do with his children. A few days ago, they were the ones when this hardship issue was so much on the people, where people were protesting. They were the ones that came out, instead of Ahmed Bola Tinubu to come out himself to address the nation. They were the ones that came out and began to tell Nigerians to endure hardship. You see it? And now Ahmed Bola Tinubu also took them to this particular visit to Qatar. And not only did he took them to that particular visit, they were placed before the ministers of the Federation. And people are now asking, what is their position in this particular Tinubu's government? Did Nigerians elect these people? What portfolio, what position are they occupying in this particular government? Well, that is the nepotism that we are talking about here in Nigeria. Okay, so let's listen to Umar Bago and then hear what he said concerning Peter Obi's comment about Ukraine supplying Nigeria foodstuff. And when we come back, we'll just wrap up the video.
We have cleared deliberately over 1 million hectares of land. So, my boss, you are very right to what you have said. We have no reason to be poor. People may not like you, but they must hear you. Because what you say is the gospel truth. Nigeria needs to be productive. You cannot be out of poverty unless you start to produce. I'm not an advocate of handout or palliatives too. I don't believe in it. So it is high time we tell ourselves the basic truth. We need to feed ourselves. And it's a shame for people like Ukraine in the war to be giving us food. But I assure you, in this room today, leadership group, the next award you will give me, if you will ever give me, is the largest producer of food in 2024. Federal government is doling out 42,000 metric tons of grains. And by June, I will give out only in Niger State 100,000 metric tons of food. And it's deliberate.
So you listening to him, you heard how he concurred to what Peter Obi said concerning the hunger in Nigeria and how this can be tackled. Why Tinubu's government is saying that it is wise to collect food from a war-ravaged Ukraine. Peter Obi is there providing solution, and they don't want to listen. And Omar Bago has, keyed into that Peter Obi's vision. He said that he promised Peter Obi there and then that his state, being Niger State, will be the highest producer of food in Nigeria. That is what we want here in Nigeria. And that is how the only way that Nigeria can improve productivity and improve the situation in the country. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos.